Good evening, good afternoon, good night to wherever you are on this planet watching this beautiful game of Counter-Strike. It is the Quest versus New Identity. I'm pretty excited for this. I am, of course, Strong Legs. Joined with me is Boggs, and we have a pretty exciting best of three coming up, Boggs. What are your thoughts initially? I think you were hyped up before you even came on board. So, I mean, let's hear your words. I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, the first thing I saw when I saw this lineup was, okay, these are two great teams from North America in the lower, in like the tier 2 scene. Love them. I love watching these guys. And then
Sure.
it hit me like a 10-ton bus. It's John G versus his former team, the team that he built to make that quest back to the top echelon of Counter-Strike. And we see him now up against his former mates who have somewhat returned to that old Azio roster, if I remember correctly, a couple seasons ago.
Yeah. You know what, Boggs? You know what's one of my favorite things on this planet? Friendly rivalry. You know what I mean? There's just nothing quite like it, and there's nothing as genuine as just not wanting to lose to your friends or prior teammates. And I think we have some of that in this server right here. A lot of these players have played with each other or against each other in the past, and I'm kind of excited just to see that unfold, and I imagine it'll get a little bit messy. If you are wondering, by the way, guys, the best of 3 series is Mirage, Dust 2, or I think it's Overpass as the second map, and then Dust 2 as the third map. My brain's a little foggy, but I think that is the veto. Regardless, I have no idea what to expect out of this best of 3 series. I know that it'll likely go to 3 maps. I know likely it'll go over 26 rounds every single map. And let the games begin. New Identity on the CT side. John G picking up Kit and Smoke. Quests. Yeah, purchased your utility yet. And Matthew, if you spoil, I will ban you.
And he's not joking about that. This man is very, very harsh on that. Spoilers. I hate to see the spoilers myself, but a spoiler in this round, Roy. Looks like it's going to be a B hit here, and New Identity are prepared for it as well. They have the double push up. Relics goes for the aggro. He actually does get one. Exceed trades it out as the hit continues in towards the B site. Seb and Wrath as well, and Dazzle behind the wood pile as Seb will find one, but gets traded as well. Wrath falls as well, and it's all down to Dazzle, who's hit one beautiful shot at Exceed. And Voltage without utility, with some vests. He has 85 HP. He does not have the bomb, however. Both players from the CT side are positioned ready to take him down. This is actually going to slow down quite a bit. And I like this play from Voltage.
Ooh!
Nicer. It's a crisp edge shot. That's John G out of the picture, and Dazzle is in that one-shot range as well. The bomb not even being picked up. Voltage is going for the kill here. He's going for the elimination. Dazzle's going for the peak as well. The shot's not connecting from either side, but Dazzle will win the duel in the end. But Voltage definitely made it scary. That second shot was absolutely pristine.
Yeah, I mean, that could have went out of control really quickly. Unluckily for Voltage, he killed the guy that was unarmored, so Dazzle was a little confident to take that duel for the 1v1. But it is New Identity, even though it was a little bit messy, but still a pistol round nonetheless. Now, they've been rewarded for their efforts, or I should say Dazzle's efforts. 3 kills on the board for him. Weapons now, scouts, and it seems like the Quest aren't quite confident enough for the purchase on the second round, so they are going to go for the upgraded pistols, P250s across the board, except Voltage with the hand cannon. And let's see if he can open up the B site for us, because likely it'll just be down to him to try to open up this round. Otherwise, the P250s are just looking to flood out the site, maybe overwhelm a player with a rifle or an MP9 or one of the SMGs, and then we'll see what happens then. But as of right now, well, there goes Voltage's confidence with that nade.
Confidence, HP, and really what the Quest had with this round, as well as a few of their players quite low. Grim doing some aggression towards underpass and got punished as well. That's a great start for New Identity, trying to shut down the play the anti-eco and shut down this. I guess I'm going to call it an eco because it's essentially very minimal investment from both for the Quest side. And it seems that the bomb is still back C as well. So with a minute to go, they haven't really decided where they want to go, but Relics has dropped Voltage now. That's the hand cannon gone. Dazzle finds Spongy, who picked it up, and Seb doing damage on the Grim has not completed the kill, but Snakes will take him down, so 1 kill has gone over to the side of Quest. This Relics will rotate his way on in. The Scout not finding the damage to the wall, but the USP will. Wrath shuts down Exceed. And it is a relatively clean round, just Seb going down, and
Not a big deal. It's only an plus, so I mean, it's a pretty good casualty for a nice flawless round right there for New Identity. They can now get their economy set in stone, but of course, this round right here is the first swing round of the game. The Quest looking to establish their, round on the board early. And if they can pick up this round, that will eventually reset Identity. Man, they're kind of like on a weird buy territory. They might force, they might not. Either way, it is going to be the Quest now with weapons looking to overwhelm the A site, and it seems like they're setting up for the set piece early. Now, this is kind of risky because there are still SMGs and rifles in the hand here for New Identity. That means they're going to be stacking towards A site, not towards middle, and it's going to be 1-for-1 trades coming out right now. Dazzle's still up close on top of the balcony. He finds one, he finds a second right beneath him, and there are 2 players left towards Tetris.
Does a great job by Dazzle to find 2. He's still alive and kicking as well. Has a good chunk of HP. He's going to swing towards ramp. There goes Voltage. Sponge alive on the Khalil. This has been the Dazzle show. A dazzling performance as Wrath will come in and finish off the last man. But the 3K from the scaffolding. The second shot. Great preemptive aim and staying alive too. Spectacular from Dazzle.
Wait, Boggs. What is the reverse of a James Bond? Do we have something for that? You know, these are 007. Everyone calls it the James Bond. What if you go 7-0-0? Is there something for that?
Jason Bourne? I don't know.
All right, fair enough. I'll just shut up now. Regardless, though, it is the Identity now with AK-47s, more terrorist weapons than CT weapons, which means that's good signs for their economy. And of course, the quests are not on armor this round. It's just upgraded pistol, so likely for another flawless round or potentially close to a flawless round. And this is where the CT side can get their economy stabilized and established. Nice shot by Snakes. That's going to open up the B site if he chooses to take it. Now Dazzle has been spotted towards upper mid, but look at the raw confidence coming out from Dazzle right now. Pure. He's oozing with confidence.
Yeah, make that 8-0 for him as he's also done damage to Voltage. There is no armor, so not much of a chance for the quest going in, but that shot from Snakes might have changed the pace of the game. However, Relics on the flank has shut down too, and now it's just Snakes alone. He has the AUG, so he can't find more damage, which will be nice to thin the economy of the CT side. But Wrath will put him to bed again. It seems like Wrath keeps on finding these last kills. But Dazzle, the openings, 8-2-1 right now, and his ADR has to be astronomical. It's sitting at 214, Roy.
Jesus Christ. That's almost savage. 2 kills average around. Oof. Even more than that. I mean, Jesus Christ. But now the quest, the second swing round, has come on board. This is an opportunity for the quest to start applying pressure. If they drop this round, then it starts to slide a little bit too much into the favor of Identity right here. There needs to be some contention happening. Dazzle's confidence needs to be taken away. Now it's going to be pushed down the middle. Dazzle and Rat, 2 players you don't want to be coming into your face. But they're up close and personal with their weapons, and I think they might just hold top mid. They're not looking to lead this just yet.
The wise decision not to peek in. I think there's a gap in the smoke, and it seemed that Quest were ready for that peek. There are ops on both sides as well, and there was Relics to back up the mid push too, so it was a 3-stack towards mid early on from Identity, and the aggression will not pan out quite yet. Still, they have so much map control. Jonji pushing up ramp for more aggression, finding the pick on the Spongy. Now they know there's nobody else ramp, as Dazzle's going to be faced with Grim, and he has Exceed to follow up as well, and Dazzle's winning all the duels. Voltage on the off has to fall back, but he will win that duel. Take down Dazzle, but it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, what confidence from Dazzle.
Relics just spotted Snakes' weapon barrel. Oh, he's going to fall off, actually. Wrath is in window. He just gave away his element of surprise. They had no idea he was there. That's a bit of a misplay from Wrath, and he's given away a little bit of the advantage. But still a man advantage up for a New Identity. But not only that, but there's significant control here for New Identity. Yes, they forfeited middle, but they've regained a ramp control by Jonji's efforts, and now the Quests have no choice but to come up connector.
Relics was heard in snipers, but he's already rotated down towards ticket booth. And there's only 20 seconds on the clock, so it has to be an A commitment coming out from the Quest. Relics finds one, and Jonji swings out from behind. Voltage down for the count. And only 2 casualties again for New Identity, as the only round they've taken significant losses was the pistol. We'll see their economy starting to stabilize and start to grow as well. It's going to be a good start. 5-0 as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the best starts you could possibly ask for if you're New Identity. The Quests are definitely struggling right now, and I'm not sure if it's like an element of them not expecting New Identity to not give them respect, but right now New Identity are playing without fear. I wouldn't say they're playing disrespectfully. I haven't seen any signs of that just yet, but they're definitely playing with confidence, and I think that's catching the Quest off guard right now.
Yeah, they are playing full-on confidence, and there's been no reason to question it from the New Identity as well. They've been winning their duels, and Dazzle at 10-2 now, so he's averaging 2 kills a round still. It is early on, but that's a starting scoreline, at least.
Ooh,
but Snakes will find Dazzle.
That's a nice shot.
First round, he actually doesn't get a kill.
Now, there is a lot of control here towards middle. Relics, he's still posted up. He's trying to go for the wall spam. He's hit one earlier onto Grim, and he's looking for it again. But now that smoke is just a little too paranoia-inducing, I think. He's just going to back on out, get out of the window room. Smart decision by Relics. Doesn't want to give away that AWP for free. And now the quest, they actually might have this round on hand as long as they can avoid getting destroyed one by one. Jonji, top of the ticket booth. Nice find.
Oh, Snakes takes down Wrath as well, getting boosted onto the bricks on Cat. And again, the advantage returns to the hands of the quest. So they can pretty much go anywhere they want. They have full middle control. They have nest control as well. And Relics, Jonji actually might get caught off. He gets a scout tag. His Voltage has the AK. He moves on up, but Spongy gets mollied off, as does the rest of the quest. Seb facing into Snakes, wins that duel. It's a return to a 3v3, but still, the quest have a lot of A map control, but Relics has found Exceed, and Seb finds Spongy. That's the bomb down. Voltage in a 1v3, and New Identity bringing a New Identity into this round as they will trade off there. As Voltage very well could have made that at the very least expensive, but at the very most brought it into a 1v1.
I don't know if you saw that, but Voltage actually shot the dead player's weapon in the midair. Like 2 of the bullets hit that, and if they didn't connect with that weapon in midair, I think he killed that second player. That is so unfortunate. That is so unlucky. And I still don't think he had time anyway. He would have had to. He would have had like 12 seconds left to get bomb all the way from top con. I don't think he would have had time regardless, but that could have been some serious economic damage, or at least a better chance to win the round. But either way, it is going to be New Identity back on track towards their round win. That was just an eco, of course, for the quest. The utility usage for the quest, or for New Identity, has been impeccable so far. Snakes has been harassed down to 25 HP. That's not going to allow him the confidence to do any sort of aggressive play towards the B site. But once again, New Identity are back towards their control.
Yeah, it's great work from New Identity on their own map pick, which is something to keep in mind too. This is not the quest's map pick, so New Identity should be picking it up.
Do you see that smoke from Relics in window? He smoked top con for his teammate from window. That's sick. I don't think I've seen that before like that.
I don't think I have either.
It's pretty sick. I like that a lot. Usually the window player smoke is kind of useless. Now he's found a way to utilize that. That's pretty sweet. But it is still 5 versus 5 right now. Relics and Snakes are kind of a similar HP as well. So, I mean, this is shaping up to be an ace play. They have a player in Sandwich. That's Dazzle, one of the star performers in this matchup so far. And, of course, Jonji, the A anchor, is there towards spawn baiting away. But do they expect Dazzle to be Sandwich?
Dazzle's so disciplined, will get traded out by Grim, but still he has the first kill, and Jonji is in prime position to take down Grim. The flash comes in, Jonji gets spotted a little bit late by a team flash, I think, but he still does manage to get the kill. Spongy swings out from Palace eventually. We'll trade it out as Voltage finds one on the op. Relics and Jonji, the last two, both in ticket booth. Jonji's made his position known, and the trades are coming through to favor the quest again, but look at the HP, Roy.
Look at the
time. They have to stick it. Jonji goes for the spray. He's won the round if he can stay alive. Snakes has to push him. Jonji will spray through the box. The game sense on Jonji. The 4K as well. A 7th on the board for New Identity. That is spectacular from Jonji.
Ooh, that was so sick. I like that. That was so sick to watch. But I have to question the bomb plant positioning for the quest. They could have just planned on the other side of triple and they would have been relatively safe. Why risk it on the opposite triple? Just playing side triple. It's way harder to spam, and they have to overcommit to spam that. I don't know. That's
still Cat too.
Yeah, they eliminated the Cat player, right? There's no pressure from there. Voltage got that player. Voltage took out Seb way earlier in the round. They could have just planted safely towards side triple instead of opposite triple. But wow, I have to say, Jonji, that was so well played. 4K on the hand as well. Utility usage on point once again towards upper B. I think Seb might have just spotted Snakes. It's so hard to see. X-ray is misleading. Now we can get a clearer view of what Seb is seeing right here. He knows Snakes is to his left. He knows there's another player to his right. How does he play it out? He finds one, and he finds a second as well. Well played by Seb. That's upper B control. Bombs all the way down to T-spawn as well. And now the remaining players for the quest are... This is just a desperate attempt to try to regain control.
Desperate and futile as it's just down to Exceed. They've done damage to Jonji and Seb, but both these players have been winning their duels. 2 kills apiece for them. And oh, I thought he was going to push towards ramp, but he is not going to. Exceed will retrieve the bomb, but there's a mid push, so he probably will get caught out by Relics as well. What a start. 8 now, looking on the cards for New Identity. This is a spectacular start. They're off to
Yeah.
This is complete dominance.
Definitely. This is looking incredibly one-sided. The only silver lining that I have... Wait, let me just watch this. Okay, yeah, just like I thought. Nothing was going to come of that. The only silver lining that I see right now is the fact that New Identity's economy is still kind of inching at reset potential. So, I mean, as long as the quest can chain 2 rounds together, that could be the start of their turning point. Really, there's only one purchase available after this one for New Identity. So as long as the quest can chain 2 rounds together or keep up the economic damage and pressure onto New Identity, there is turning potential. I think the quest needs at least 4 or 5 rounds here on this T side, though, if they really want any sort of success.
I have to agree. And against this defense that New Identity is pitching up, it's going to be a very tough task for the quest to put something on the board. The mid control is good from the quest. But I was noticing something too during the freestyle. There are 3 players on New Identity with plus 100 ADR. As Wrath is the only one who really was away from that number. He finds the opener as Dazzle finds Exceed. And the quests are getting picked apart again. They're just pushing out different angles and they are not accomplishing their pick on these lurks. Seb will get one. Oh, and Spongy finds the second. Bomb can actually go down as Grim has found Dazzle. And this very well might be turning away, but Spongy's walking back, Roy.
Wait, Grim is hearing all this. But I think Relics is aware of Grim's position. Grim is so smart to play it passively. He didn't have to push into Relics. Now the pressure's on to Janji. He's in a sandwich between both players. The bomb's already making its way back towards the A site since Grim heard Janji earlier. And now Janji needs to figure out the puzzle. He's in a 1 versus 2. He knows Grim is around this rat hole somewhere. If he tries to risk it coming through, he's likely not to win that duel. But if he plays it patiently, maybe, just maybe, Grim comes through. Or he finds the timing on the flank like this.
This is spectacular timing from Janji. He knows Grim can con, and he has a free kill. And it's a 1v1 versus Spongy now, who swings out and wins the duel. So Janji unable to put it forward. Spongy with a massive 3-piece to get the quest, their first round. But I have to say, Grim on that play towards the jungle was definitely a critical player as well. Those two finding all the damage for the quest and their first round as well. I didn't think the quest was going to be able to scramble that round together, but somehow they are able to pick it up. Some great individual plays by both of them, and the awareness as well, hearing the sounds and playing off of it. Good round for the quest.
Yeah, so here's some fun statistics for you, Boggs. On HLTV, New Identity has played Mirage 5 times. This is New Identity's map pick, by the way, if you're wondering. New Identity has played Mirage 5 times on HLTV, and they've won Mirage 5 out of 5 times. So they have a 100% win rate on this map. Overpass is actually a toss-up. And statistically speaking, New Identity has better overpass stats than the quest has, and they picked overpass. So it's going to be a very interesting best of 3 series. I think New Identity is definitely in the veto advantage here. Regardless, though, it is down to a 4 versus 4. Relics now, along with his teammate Wrath, are looking to retake some control towards the A site, but the AWP from Voltage is holding them back. They can't really regain any ground here.
Spongy already had jungle control as well, and that is the rotation from Dazzle down and out. This Voltage is holding towards Ticket. The A site is pretty much open as Relics falls as well. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but that definitely favors the quest as they retain their man advantage. But Wrath is already on the site. He finds Grim. He knows where Spongy is, at least relatively as well. Exceed towards Khan. There's a lot of utility on Seb. He has the smoke and the Molotov. That goes out, and Wrath has the kill onto Spongy. 1v2 for Exceed, and I think it's being stuck as well. It is being stuck indeed. The feed comes through. The trade comes through. Damaging to the economy of New Identity, but I don't think they care that much. The op is recovered, and that is a key round victory to put the quest back in their place. They get the bomb plants. They have another buy, but New Identity so close to double digits as well. That is a great way to answer back.
Yeah, now this right here, this could be the double reset the quest is looking for. They've traded rounds perfectly. I have to say, though, Wrath's play in that last round in the post lane was impeccable. He found the timing to get across. As soon as you cross off the default angles, or the con angles, excuse me, you have so much control in that post lane. Relics goes for the shot out mid, can't find it. Now 3 players for the quest are looking to flood and gain control quickly. Wrath is there trying to support his teammate, but he's not isolated, and they go 1-for-1. Not bad.
Not bad, but it still, I believe, favors the quest as they have a split coming in towards B, the bomb as well. But Relics has made his way over. Snakes eliminates the threat, however. It's all down to Seb, who cannot even find one. Snakes is low, but low is not where Identity need to go. Janji coming on the retake. Dazzle, I believe, he's on top of the railing out towards mid.
They should save. They're on double reset territory. They need these weapons. They cannot risk them. They don't have kits. They don't have any utility. Leave. think Dazzle was trying to pick up whatever extra money on the ground. I think there's a kit and a smoker flash in front of him, so I think he's trying to get that, or maybe lower Quest's economy as well in the process. But this is definitely by no means a round win here.
No, he's just gonna run away with the SG as John G will be playing for exits, but it's a futile gesture as all of the quests are wisely flooding out through backup apps. They'll find their second. And one thing I have to note too, Roy, they found 2 bomb plants in this entire match so far. And they both came on these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's
the quests are finally finding their footing.
Yes, yeah, I would agree with that. But that is a really, that's not a very comforting statistic, honestly. It's a really bad fact. But at least, hey, it's better late than never. Show up. If you can find 5 rounds here, throw this half away, that's totally fine. 10-5 is still a good finish. 9-6 would be an impeccable turnaround here for the quest. But that turnaround would have to start right here. This is the reset potential. There's only 2 high firepower weapons available for New Identity, an AK and an SG. And if the quest can take this round away from them, which it is heavily favoring, that would be the turning point.
There is still the MP9 on Relics as well, so given this positioning, he can still find a kill, maybe upgrade and back away, but Voltage should have Dazzle. Indeed, he does. The peek on stairs yields a kill for the quest, and a great start on this round that they can really compound off of, 4, maybe 5 rounds off of it. And Exceed finds Wrath as well, taking minimal damage. Voltage falls to the SMG, and Jonji's found Spongy. Grim could be going down to Jonji as well. No, Grim wins that duel, and he finds Relics as well, overextending on the scaffolding. Seb on the CZ falls to Grim. It's the Grim show.
That was so confidence-based. I mean, that was just nuts by Grim. Wow, I can't believe it. He just, everywhere he turned, there's a player right in front of his cross, and he won those duels back-to-back, 3 in a row. Now they've successfully reset New Identity. And not only have they reset New Identity, Boggs, but even the next round will be a kind of a limited purchase available for New Identity. So, I mean, the quests have set themselves up for a good T-side finish here. This could be the 9-6 that they're looking for. And again, 9-6, 10-5. Those are not bad finishes.
Indeed, I mean, 9-6 is a solid finish, and considering the start that the quest had, 9-6 would be a spectacular end to what looked to be an abysmal half, a cataclysmic half at that. They're battling it back here, so they've won 3 of the last 4.
Oh, Relics. He gets 1. Yeah, not bad. All right. I didn't think he was going to get 1 out of that.
Yeah, he managed it somehow. So, that's a plus for Relics. No gun recovered, and he gets instantly traded. It's a little expensive for the quest, and this Grim out of the picture as well, who is leading the charge for them. But they still shouldn't be up against too much. 2 USPs, 2 P250s, and 2 Zeuses. We saw his... Oh, that's smart from Exceed to throw out the gun. That is really smart. So the AK cannot be salvaged for New Identity. We saw a Zeus in our EU match, I believe it was yesterday. I wonder if we'll find another one today.
I mean, now the B-split's coming in underway. Exceed's going to be looking to, clear up all the angles. Of course, Van and Bench have not been cleared just yet, so that is probably being communicated, but we do see a Zeus. Seb now has an AK-47, but too many targets, and they're flooded everywhere on the B site. So back to the realm of sanity, 3 versus 2, expensive, but at this point, expensive isn't really meaning much, especially at closer to the end of the half. Donji looking to get out market. Dazzle's on cat with the USB, and that's it. Close for another kill. Yeah, but it's a 4K for Exceed as well, so I mean, he's waking up.
That's good to see for Quest. They need their players to all be stepping up when they need to. And actually, Exceed is going to be up towards 8 kills right now. And the kills across the quest are pretty much even as well. Looking at 10, 9, 8, then 2 6s on Spongy and Voltage. Whereas New Identity, they have their top 3, but then after that, there's a distinct fall-off in comparison to the rest of the squad. So if the quest can keep on fragging together, I definitely favor their chances. And they've all had chances to shine individually, and they've really stepped up when they made the opportunities count. Relics, though.
Yeah, nice timing on that play. That's a man advantage now. That's exactly what they need. But he also has the escape, but he's actually going to opt to go forward instead of backwards. Now he's looking for Voltage, who's now starting to realize that he is... Ooh, he's in a really weird situation. He has no escape except to fight his way out of this one. Oh, the scope.
Look at the push coming in from Relics, though, Roy. Look at the bomb.
No, he's going to go back for that op. Voltage has made the scope noise. Now he's caught between 2 decisions. He doesn't know if he wants to push for control. realizing that no one's there or if he wants to go back for the kill, but I think he's going to go for the extra control. Wrath takes down Voltage. That's a massive find. They know that B halls are clear. Relic needs to make sure to get at least one kill here, and his job is done. Anything more than that is extra, and Exceed has been eliminated. It's all down to Spongy. 1 versus 4.
Spongy found a nice one on a Dazzle, but he needs to come up with more than that. And beautiful headshot takes down Relics. Seb has a UMP, so Spongy should be winning this duel. Doesn't take too much as well. He has one on the flank, and I don't know if he'll be aware of it. Oh, boy. But Wrath, a wrathful shot to avenge his fallen comrades as the New Identity pick up a 10th round. And they actually are going to be on kind of a rough buy here. I mean, Dazzle, Relics, and Seb all kind of low, but Relics will get dropped. Dazzle picks up the SMG, as does Seb. But up against full AKs, SGs, and an AWP, the Quest definitely do have the advantage coming into this one to pick up the 5th round.
Yeah, definitely. Again, 10-5. 11-4 wouldn't be terrible. But 10-5 is definitely a much safer endpoint here for the Quest. Let's see what's happening right here. Our New Identity don't really have anyone in middle just yet, but they're looking to contest towards Connector at the very least. They do actually. Wrath is now just swinging out mid. No fear, full confidence. Finds the Exceed. That's a nice early pick for free. No damage taken back. Nothing lost in return.
That was a beautiful swing from Wrath. Good old-fashioned wide swing online. Doesn't really fail you all too often, and Wrath takes full advantage of it. Seb, though, he's going to get pushed on in very shortly as Grim and Spongy are out towards mid. Now it's just Spongy. It's Relics wins the duel against Grim. The hit will be coming in towards B. Seb on the UMP. He has Wrath on Cat as well. As the flashes are coming through, Seb's just going to back his way into the smoke towards Van. Voltage making a lot of noise. He has the bomb. He has found Relics as well in the market rotation. Now this is definitely cool, but the Molotov forces Seb towards the under window. But Wrath still has a good angle from Catwalk. As Voltage and Snakes, time ticking down, need to decide if they want to hit towards B or make that rotation back. Cat Split's coming in though. Spongy's made his way up, and Seb needs to hold down like a rock. Dazzle goes down, but Seb finds one. Voltage, the P250, sings and makes the trade, leaving him in a 1v2. He gets tagged down a little bit. He knows where Wrath is now. Jonji's going to go for the rotation towards Cat. Both players coming up Cat, it seems, from the Quest or from New Identity. As Voltage wants to get that 5th for the Quest. He finds the op shot, does not connect it, however, and Wrath is rotated in towards side. Voltage has the angle, though, and he's expecting the second on Cat. He spots Jonji,
nice,
and he wins it, the 1v3, 4K on the round, and Voltage steps up in spades, Roy.
Yeah, and after Dazzle's like amazing performance early, I'm surprised to see Relics coming out on top with a pretty sick scoreline as well, 17-9. That is nuts. Well played by Voltage though, a 10-5 finish. That's a really good finish, all things considered. I mean, this was what, an 8-0 at one point?
8-0, 9-1.
Yeah, 9-1, 10-5. That's a great turnaround, all things considered. But now the real hard part begins. It's gonna have to be the pistol round. That's the first step. First winning condition here, Boggs. They need this round. New Identity looking like they want to smoke top. Con double flash is available, likely for window, jungle, and connector control to come out here by the T side. And the Quest need to defend against it, but they're in the wrong stack. They're all the way out at B.
Yeah, they're on the retake A setup, and Spongy pretty much having to hold things down on block. Voltage has peeked in from Con. Look at this site control from New Identity. They're just swarming everywhere. 3 players in jungle, the remaining 2 falling back towards ramp and firebox respectively. And Dazzle's found the first. He's looking for the second on the Snakes, but Snakes will take that duel. And there goes Jonji. Spongy on top of Ticket finds him. Man advantage to the Quest as the retake looking more and more profitable, but the bomb is down for those jungle players. But there goes Seb as Spongy finds him. Relics now 1v4 coming in from jungle. Connector actually. Snakes will take him down. So clean defuse for the Quest, and unnecessary pistol round going their way.
Yeah, I have to say though, Quest played that out almost flawlessly. I mean, there was so much control available for New Identity. That was a really hard puzzle to solve, but somehow they managed to find all the necessary kills, starting with the jungle control. I mean, usually when you spot the jungle control, you kind of just let it be. You try to fight connector, you try to fight spawn, or begin the flank. Those are really the weakness, but they opted to fight for that window control, coming in, jumping from Cat. That was really well played by Snakes, I have to say. 2 kills on hand for him. Really well played. Overall, an important round secured by the Quest. Now, they have a bit of a broken new identity. Bomb plant allows them upgraded pistols and a little bit of armor, but overall still heavily favoring the quest. And this is not a round they can drop, Boggs. This has to be secured.
They can't start that war of attrition, and it's very true. And Relics does damage, but it's not going to be a kill. Seb, making his presence known, deals more, but still, New Identity distinctly lacking actual kills on the board, as Jonji will fall as well, as Grim will eventually connect the shots. Little shaky there on the spray, but it is a FAMAS, and we all know how that gun is one of the most bipolar weapons in the game. Close to like the Nova and other such weaponry. It is not exactly an M4 and AK. Grim finds Wrath too. Just dazzling Seb, the last two alive. And at this point, you just want to get some damage for New Identity.
Right.
Oh, Grim, though. A nasty wallbang. Leaving Dazzle in the 1v5. And Spongy will shut it down in the end. The quest. A flawless anti-eco. That is what you need to see them start off this half with. Is they've won 7 of the last 9.
Good sign.
It's a very good sign indeed. But now it's going to be a bonus round, it seems, from the quest. Up against AKs and an SG on New Identity. And the FAMAS will have to be beneficial to the quest. The Scout on Voltage can do some significant damage. The Molotov early ramp will keep the New Identity squad at bay. The secondary one comes out as well. As Jonji's allowed to make his way to Palace uncontested. And it's another mid-heavy setup from the quest. They're really playing retake A lot. And off the back of that retake on pistol, I definitely don't doubt them in their capabilities on the retake.
Right, yeah, they're also worried about Dazzle's control here towards mid, but now they're starting to realize that this is in fact an A hit. Now Spongy's towards spawn. He does have support from the connector and jungle players who are there, but it's going to be tags. Wrath gets tagged down to 29 HP. That's a good start. I mean, action hasn't even really begun just yet, but now it's going to begin. The A hit's coming in. Players are flooding everywhere. Exceed wants to eliminate that lurk in mid. That's Dazzle relieved. They don't have to worry about connector anymore or any underpass flanks. They can just focus their efforts on A site. They have kits. They have utility. This could be easily retaked.
Molotov forces out Relics, and he falls to Grim, who Jonji will find the trade on. I thought that Grim was going to find it on the Jonji to succeed to get that one. But Grim has been playing with such confidence and such precision lately. But Wrath has found one of his own. Seb falls for one. And there is the trade coming through again for the quest. They're playing so well off of each other.
Yeah, and you see that 4 kills, Boggs.
I mean, he's stepping up right now. Yeah, that's insane. I'm pretty sure that last round it was a 4K from Grim. But right now it seems that everyone on the quest is finding multi-kills in huge spots. Because when they've been clawing back, it's been somebody having a great performance. And if you look at the stat sheet too,
both teams,
all their kills are relatively close.
Yeah, for literally both teams. Like, there's been individual performances coming out from every single player in the server at different points in time, and that's a really good sign. But now the Quests are in a pretty good spot. The bomb plant for New Identity, that's going to allow them some money, but again, it's going to be limited in many, many ways. They only have 3 smokes remaining at 145 Boggs. That's tough. They're going to have to battle it out with weapons out right here. The quest, they do have full weapons, full utility, full kits as well, except on Spongy, but that's not really a significant deal. Now they're starting to realize that maybe mid is clear, but no Identity, they're still looking to battle this out, just not early.
Yeah, one thing to note too, nobody's picked up an op so far in this half. The quest electing to stay on the rifles is, I think, Voltage hasn't really died this half besides pistol, so no real need for him to go for the op. And mid control now coming in, but Voltage has won the first duel. There's still Wraths and Skylar to deal with, but Skylar will drop down towards Khan. And Exceed will hold behind the wood wall. Jonji out on the balcony, falls to Exceed, who is stepping up here as Relics will find it from behind, but Grim is there for the trade, and it's all favoring the side of the quest. But Wrath brings it into a 3v2, and Voltage is low. Snakes in jungle, the bomb out ramp, dealing with 2 players towards the ticket booth, and there goes Snakes to fall to the ground. It's the 2v2 now, but a distinct lack of utility on the T side. Means that this will be extremely hard, and actually at the time, is Dazzle really going to rotate all the way back towards B?
He could. I think with the kill on from Wrath, they've realized now that the 2 remaining players have to be spawn. And Wrath has that full control right now. Obviously, he's falling back to help his teammate. And I think the quest is starting to realize, like, this is way too quiet. We should probably start heading back towards the B site. But yeah, I think New Identity will be there right before. And not only that, but it's going to be hard to retake B coming in from one direction.
Yeah, both players coming from market. The nade will not connect as well. Bounces off the log pile, and Voltage is still low. The reload from Wrath almost punishes him as Dazzle finds one, and Wrath, a headshot onto Spongy, will get the first round of T's side on the board for New Identity. We've been mentioning individual performances going into this round.
Wrath with 4. Dude, I'm telling you, it's been one player every single round. Someone is stepping up. That kill from Wrath towards jungle was so underemphasized by us, I think. With that kill that he got in jungle, he eliminated all side pressure for his team. They had to worry about the entire right side of the map. That was really, really well played by Wrath. Important, crucial kills. But now it's a Quest, who are unfortunately on an eco. They do have a hero op in the hands of Voltage though, and that's really going to be the main key point right here. An op towards the B site, every other player towards the A site. I'm a big fan of this setup, only if Voltage can find something here. If he gets overwhelmed and loses the op,
bro, he's glass cannoning and Relics the Mac 10. This is gonna end poorly. There it goes. Ooh. Relics the jumping Mac 10 shot. And that is the start that New Identity want in this round. The Quest, though, they're gonna fall back down to control rounds because Dazzle's gonna find Grim. The off picked up by Relics as well. That's a free 47.50 purchase that New Identity won't have to reinvest with. As Spongy trying to take down Dazzle will actually do the job. And Janji will hear him fall back. I think Janji might go for this. He's going for the spray at the very least, dealing damage, but he has to deal with Exceed as well. And Khan, Exceed falls, but that first shot by Relics, the glass cannon, really unfortunate. Good job by the Mac 10 to entry in towards B though and find the unarmored Opper. That's pretty much what secured the round.
Yeah, again, that was just a hero op play. Probably like one of the worst feelings in this game is when you're an opper and you don't have armor and you know there's a flying Mac 10 coming at you, but you miss your shot. That's like the worst feeling. Next to playing with GMD, of course, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, that's something you would know and I wouldn't.
I'm just joking. I just want to troll him. He's in the chat right now. Regardless, though, it is going to be the Quest going out towards middle aggressively. 3 players in that direction looking to control it. This is something that we saw New Identity do as well.
Oh, there goes Janji. Exceed stepping up. And when he actually gets on fire, he's definitely a difficult player to stop. So to see Exceed starting to heat up towards the latter half of this round, or latter portion of this map, it's definitely going to be a scary proposition for New Identity to deal with. As there goes Janji down for the count, and he was having a solid game of his own, but will no longer have any impact in this round. Any positive impact at any rate. As it seems to be an A hit coming in. 3 out of 4 over towards the A side. Sponge has been spotted. Wrath doing the spray damage, but it's not going to be too significant. Exceed is over towards the little wood wall on stairs. Cowering away in the corner, but he swings out and wins the second duel of the round. Wrath is gone now. The bomb's still going to commit towards A, but there is a stack here from the CT side. There's cap possession as well. And Dazzle has to find the opening. Relics does not connect his op shot as well. This is going to end poorly for New Identities. It should be a 9 on the board as Spongy finds 1. Exceed finds 1 more. Spongy finds 2. And Exceed with a 3K.
I have to say, Boggs, that was almost flawlessly played by the A players. They were not antsy. They were just in their spots. They're waiting for the right time to strike. They don't want to give away their element of surprise. The only person's position that was compromised really was the CT anchor. Exceed, using the element of surprise to kill Wrath pushing up from side of stairs. Didn't overpeak early. Didn't try to go for the duel. Didn't expose himself. That was just so well played. Great team synergy there on the A defense. Good sign for the Quest. But still a lead here for New Identity. 3-round lead. So there's some buffer for error here. But that could be taken away quickly. And the last thing that New Identity needs is for the Quest to stabilize their economy. Otherwise, this becomes infinitely harder. It's going to be A execute this round. Smoke's now flying in the air. Flashbang soon to follow. And the flood, the attempt for the A control is here.
Spongy doing the damage from CT, gets named back, but it's not going to do too much to him. Molotovs to force off the 2 retaking players, but Spongy has dodged down the trash can. The flash is going to come through. Wrath peeks, but Spongy will win that one. The second peek comes in from Relics, and he will take him down. There's 3 players over towards the CT side, and Grim will dunk a nade down on the Janji as the retake is in full force. Dazzle has to escape from Palace. There's still 2 towards CT. Relics will reveal this position, but he finds Grim. Exceed, though, trading out. 5 HP on him. Seb will eventually do the deed, as it's Voltage and Snakes 2v2. And Seb admitted his voltage was low, but he is coming from through CT. He has a kit in the Molotov as well. But the time is ticking lower and lower. Voltage taps. He's peeking.
No. That was... Voltage was so scared there. He was so scared. He had that player. He had that player dead to right. He just needed to push through that smoke. He had a gap in it. He knew exactly where he was. Why allow that player to kill 2 of your teammates before you make the move? That could have... This whole disaster could have been prevented by Voltage. He just played it so scared, so nervous. Now New Identity have picked up around that date. Probably shouldn't have.
I have to agree with that. I mean, that's really around the New Identity shouldn't have won. The 3 people boxed up towards CT, definitely not exactly what you want to see on a post, and they were lucky to get away with it.
Yeah, look at the purchase now for the quest. I mean, that's a harsh punishment. It's down to 1 FAMAS, a single AUG, an MP9, a 5.7, and a Scout. They have no kits for retake setups, which have been working really well for the quest on the CT side. And now it's New Identity looking to just explode on towards the B side. They have so much control towards Cat, ladder now, upper B halls, all of that. They know exactly where the defending players are. Grim finds 1, gets eliminated. That leaves 1 player by himself. That's Snakes with a 5.7.
He gets punished on the peak as the B site is wide open for the taking. The 3 players on the quest all huddled up in Market Roy in this retake. Honestly, I just say save. Look at the bank on the quest. They have nothing left, and this does not favor a retake. They don't have a lot of utility. They don't have money. They don't have kits. They have a Scout, and they are going to fall off. This is a wise choice from the quest. It sucks to give New Identity the 14th round, but it's better than going into round number 15, or up against potential match point when you are broke. Actually, Wrath might be taken down by Voltage, but it seems that Voltage will have to fall away. Relics goes down, so Exceed finds 1 on the exit. That is a little bit of a consolation kill. Trims the economy down a little bit. It'll limit the utilities. John's actually at 36, so he can't even get an AK unless he gets dropped by Wrath or Dazzle. This actually doesn't look too bad of a round for the quest. If they can actually never mind. I just looked at Snakes and Grim's money. It is in the bin. And it doesn't even matter that New Identity have a couple players who were low on money. They get dropped guns, full utility across the board, literally full belts, and the quest.
Yeah,
up against.
I think the worst part about the scenario that they're currently in is that they actually have no choice but to force buy right here. But it just sucks that it comes at such mediocre weaponry and limited in many ways. It's gonna be fast play from the B lurk. That's Seb. You can usually find Seb up here for New Identity. He's really good at this. He's really good at taking that confident solo control, finding information, finding picks. Now he knows exactly where Snakes is. He doesn't want to overcommit though. That's an AK-47, but he goes flying through the air. As I say that, he finds 1 and the second player off. Good support coming out from Relics, and now the B control belongs to New Identity.
Making a 3rd Roy and potentially a 4th as he actually does run out of ammo, and he goes for the Glocko on Spongy. That is pure confidence from Seb. And that's his round to shine. What a round to shine, too. The double entry on the B side, finding 1 on the 1-shot HP. And that is great to see from Seb. Everybody on New Identity having their time in the spotlight. So they are now 1 round away from getting the 1-0 advantage going into Overpass, which, as you mentioned, is kind of a toss-up between these 2 teams. Mirage should definitely be going the way of New Identity. And especially look at the buy on the quest. A FAMAS, a UMP, an MP9, a CZ, and a 5.7.
Yeah, it's not an ideal purchase for the final round, is it? But again, this is Identity's map pick, right? The quest can always kind of just write this off. Not a big deal. Early pick coming out for Dazzle. He's going to take down Voltage, trying to be a little bit cheeky in the underpass. So that's all aggressive options have been eliminated for the quest. Now the only choice is push upper B, which is not really an option because Seb is there, or push A ramp. But Wrath is there, so it's quite a predicament that they're in right now. Regardless, it's a bit of a lull now in the round. Seems like New Identity have everything in order. Now, every second that passes, they gain control towards mid. They gain control towards jungle. Exceed eliminates Janji, but he takes a lot of damage in return. So that could be easily traded out as long as they manage to get 1 shot off. There is a second player here. That's Spongy with the ump. Not the best long-range weapon, and now we know exactly why. Seb taking that to his advantage, eliminates Spongy. They know that Exceed is wounded. They know that he's either pushed Palace or fallen back to spawn, and likely probably Palace is the only option for Ixie to be in. So he could be easily dealt with. Seb holding down Connector. That's an important threat coming up right here. He needs to hold down that control. He can't fall to Snakes this early.
Yeah, the Molotov was good, but Snakes is able to find Seb. And now there is potential. Snakes has the kit, but Grim has been taken down by Relics, and the HP really worries me on the Quest players. The gun switch. Actually, Relics very well could have died. He actually does. It's Snakes, but Dazzle, the double on the end, will put it over the line for New Identity. And a great round, a great series of rounds for New Identity as they will take this one pretty handedly, 16-9. And from start to finish, there really wasn't all that much doubt that New Identity would win this map. It got a little rocky there towards the middle where the Quest.
I think after the pistol in the first gun round, I started having my skepticism. I was like, maybe there is opportunities here for the Quest to come back. But I think for the Quest to really have come out on top here, they would have needed one of the swing rounds that they had on the T side. Right? They needed just one of those resets early before New Identity got that 9-0 lead, right? If they could have shut them down before that, I think this would have been different for their mindset, different for their confidence, and definitely different for their economy and their round spread on the first half. So I think the turning point needed to happen there. It was a good attempt though on the CT side, but the economic situation has never really recovered for them. They never got anything stable. They never got the crucial rounds that they needed after the first few ones that they got. And that's really unfortunate, but that's the way she goes. But again, this is a write-off for the Quest. This is New Identity's map pick. It's okay. Let them have this one, right? We'll come back strong on our second map, which is Overpass coming up right now. Stats are leaning to New Identity for the second map as well, but it is the Quest's map pick. So I do imagine they have something up their sleeves. Just want to say thank you everyone for being in here and watching the content. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves. If you haven't done so already, please do follow our socials. That is Twitch, Twitter, Facebook for Winners League, as well as Boggs' Twitter and mine down here below. We would appreciate your support. Besides that, we'll be back soon with the action.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by VBet. Play responsibly. And by